Hello, beloved, beautiful beings. I was sitting in my living room this afternoon, and it hit me that I should be making a video. My guides are that way sometimes. I'll just be doing what I regularly do, which is as little as possible since I don't feel very well. But they said to me, or they didn't say to me, it's just I had this extreme urge to make a video. And so here I am making a video, and I'm going to talk to you about being calm and continuing to do your life, to do all the things that you can do, that you regularly do, to the best of your ability and with the least amount of interference. Many things are happening right now. Things are unsure, unjust. They are changing quickly. What I want you to do is to take a deep breath and be yourself. Do something you love to do. Do something that makes you happy. Do it as often as you can. Do all the things that make you yourself. All the things that make you happy. Tell yourself that everything will be okay, because it will. Everything is working out, or will work out, according to universal plan, according to the Creator's plan, according to God's plan, according to whoever your higher power is, according to their plan, according to the plan of the way that it's supposed to go. Everything will work out fine. Keep your vibrations and your spirits high as possible. Let the universe speak to you and through you. To do that, you have to be calm and unworried, unconcerned about what's going on around us. To the best of your ability, do that every day. Take some time and breathe. Take some time and read. Take some time and have a bath. Take some time and play ball. Do a puzzle. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing, take some time and do that. I want you to be as calm as possible. Don't watch too much news. Keep yourself informed, but beyond that, don't get caught up in it. Don't believe everything you hear. As I have said before, it's mostly bluster. Mostly. The damage is being done. You can bet your sweet bippy that damage is being done. But it's not our concern. There are people on the ground who know how to deal with it, who know what to do, that will take care of it. Now, the powers that be may get a head start because of the element of surprise, but now we know that that's the goal, to cause chaos. We already knew it, but we had not seen it in action to the extent that it is happening now. Before I forget about it, I want to just take a moment to remember the souls lost in the 2 plane crashes that we've just experienced. That big one over the Potomac and that second one in Philadelphia. Let us keep the families and friends of those lost in our hearts and thoughts and prayers. Let us move energy toward them for healing. I have set out some cards to use. I want to first use the Grateful Dead deck. It's a tarot deck, and I want to use that one first and get a full picture of how we can respond to all of the craziness that's going on. And then I have the Colette Baron Reid deck, Guides of the Hidden Realm, and the I believe it's O. Henry's deck, Radical Abundance. So I want to do a quick reading about how we calm ourselves and how we make the best use of our own gifts while all of this takes place. So let's do that. How do we make the best use of our gifts with all that's going on in the world? We're asking Spirit, because I have called in, they were already with me, but I'm calling them in, my guides, angels, my protectors, my ancestors, my ascended masters, and my deities, all the way up to and including Source. My goodness, these cards are jumping. I didn't get jumpers to look at, but I got an entire part of a deck that did not want to be shuffled. So there we go. Let's look at how it is that we can best use our gifts at this time of difficulty, and how do we understand it? Or do we understand it? I'm of a mind that we're not supposed to understand it. We're not supposed to see what's coming. We're supposed to just observe. That is what I keep getting. So I'm going to lay out some cards here and see what Spirit has to say about how we can use our gifts at this time of stress and difficulty. Let's make sure that's one card, because these are thick cards and my hands don't work so well these days. On the bottom of the deck, on the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups. Evaluate every offer you get. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Four of Skulls. It's not cups. Skulls are swords. This is the Four of Swords. We might need to rest. We might need to step back a minute and rest. That's the general reading, or the general energy of the reading. We might need to step back a moment and take into consideration everything that's going on. Weigh carefully everything that's going on. Give ourselves enough rest. Take care of ourselves so that we don't end up like this. Okay, here we go. The first card I got, mystery, in this deck is the moon. So the moon shines and we get some illumination. Now, there is, in this card, this little terrapin turtle coming up out of the water toward these two figures. You notice These two figures have their backs to each other. I wonder why. Is that not how we are right now? We are divided. There are secrets being kept from all of us, and secrets each of us know that we're not sharing. And here comes this terrapin up out of the water, trying to reveal the secrets. There is only minimal light, so we can't see everything. And in fact, only one of these figures is looking to the terrapin. One of them is completely ignoring it. That's the first card. That's a significator. So we're in there looking for the information. It's crossed by the river. And in this deck, the river is death. So there's transformation going on. There's darkness. There's things are being torn down. A thing is coming to pass. Could be our government might be coming to pass, or being torn down so that it can be rebuilt in a more appropriate way. If you feel like the government's being torn down, remember that it can be rebuilt in a more appropriate way. Remember there will be another election after this one. They can't take that away from us. And you see in the background the sun coming up over the castle. This castle has a white rose crowning it. Truth, purity. It's coming. But right now it's in the dark. So, at the base of the reading, I have the Six of Bolts. Do you see her writing in? Can you guess that this is the Six of Wands? That this is victory? At the base of our reading is victory. We have the victory because they can't take away our light. They can't take away our dignity. They can't take away our hopes and dreams. They can't take away the core being of what makes us us. They can't take it away. All they can do is cause chaos and try to frighten us. Do not be afraid because we have already won. Crowning this reading, I have the Two of Roses. And roses in this deck is cups. As I said, we've already won. There we are. This is so appropriate. This is so appropriate. Look at that. There's a red rose and a blue rose. There's a red snake and a blue snake. Happy year of the snake, by the way. And looking over it is an all-knowing eye with wings. It can fly everywhere and knows everything. But look at it. Look at that. Look at the symbolism of it. We will be united against what's going on around us. We will be. For the most part, we will be united. Now, not this entire red rose, but the majority of the red rose and all of the blue rose will be united. And it may come around health care. Now, I have my opinions about that, about what branch of or what part of health care it may be surrounding. So we have won because things are changing And we will all be in the fight together to oppose what's going on. In the near past, the Five of Swords, that bully energy, it's not just the near past, it's going on right now. That win at all cost bully energy. You see the main player that there in the attempt to control everything around him. But in the future, we have the King of Swords. That forthright, truth and justice centered ruler that will bring about fairness. Now, this is a near future slot, but I don't see that. I don't necessarily see this being in the very near future. I think near future could be a little ways down the road. So, bully energy. Deception. And then fairness. How are we feeling? What's going on with us? How are we able to impart our gifts? We may have to do it partly in the darkness. It may not be safe for all of us to be in the open. If it's not safe where you are, then just be an example. So here we are, the lovers, coming together again. We will all be back together. We are welcoming everyone that we can. We want them to come back into the fold. We want everyone to benefit. What's going on around us? The Father, and in this deck, the Father is the Emperor. So that's you know who, exerting his. I even think it might be a bit. He's surrounded by red and orange, so that gives you an idea of who that might be. That Emperor. And what he wants to do. So right now, yeah, that's going on. The hopes and fears. The Terrapin of Bolts, or the Ace of Wands. We want that information that's going to set us free. That information about the way things have been going. We know information is being hidden and suppressed. We know it is. Do not believe everything you hear. Do not believe the most of what you hear. Do your due diligence. Dig. Find out the real truth. Because anything you may hear coming out of Washington, D.C. may not be real. Anything you hear coming out of legacy media may not be real. Anything you hear from corporations likely will not be real. Don't believe it. Do your due diligence and find out the real truth. And if you can't find it, just don't believe in what you're hearing. And wait for the truth. The truth will come. That's what we're waiting for. Now, we get the storyteller, the Fool. This is our journey. This is my outcome card. We are on a new journey. Our new journey is to find what gifts we have and use them. Be an example. Let ourselves believe enough to step off of that cliff and know that we will be fine. Whatever it is that you do, do it. Do it as an example to others. Do it to make yourself happy. Do it as a shining light in the darkness for those that are going to finally open their eyes. Not everyone will, but a very large number of them may. They're about to be, if they're not already, quite disillusioned. So, be that storyteller. Step off that cliff. Make a difference in your own life. If you make a difference in your own life, you never know who you may affect. You never know who's watching you. So do that. Make yourself appealing and approachable. That's the reading I get for that. So now let's go to the oracle cards. And this is as I said, the Guides of the Hidden Realms deck. And I want to ask, what do the Guides of the Hidden Realms wish to convey to us about this situation and how we can make our lights brighter and ourselves happier and more at ease and content in a time of discontent. And the first card I get is Emergence of Knowing. Now this card says intuition, rigorous honesty, and inventory. So that's what we do. The emergence of knowing starts with your intuition. If you intuit something, believe it. If it doesn't come fully into focus, do the research. Rigorous honesty. Rigorous honesty. Don't believe everything you hear. Do the research. And inventory. Make sure you keep stock. What is good? What is not productive? Keep stock. Know the steps you're taking. The next card, ripe, juicy, and ready. That's us. We are ready. It says, poised for success. Potential, warning. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Potential waiting to be realized. Your potential is waiting to be realized. We are poised for success. We are ripe, juicy, and ready. So, whatever it is you do, you don't have to do this. You don't have to get online and give a message. Just be yourself and lead by example. Just someone will notice. Just be yourself. If you are not in a position to share knowledge, if you're not in a position to share happiness and love, if you're not in a position to help someone, then just shine. Be the way shower by what you do. Love and partnership. I've been seeing this card a lot lately. Collaboration, intimacy, power dynamics. Collaborate with one another, help one another, love one another, even if it's from afar. okay? You don't necessarily have to be right in each other's company face to face. You can do it remotely. It may be safer to do it remotely. There may come a time when we're told not to gather. There may be a time when they try to purge witches. And guess who all is going to be coming under that heading? Not just witches, but light workers and light walkers of all walks of religion, faith. We will all be lumped into that description. So, and especially people who really are witches, we need to protect them at all costs. Surrender to the change. The art of allowing resilience and adaptability. Surrender to the change. Let it come. This is what we're here for. This is why we came. We're here to watch what happens with this. And remember, allow, be resilient, and be adaptable. Ooh, that's really powerful. That is very powerful. And on the bottom of the deck, order in the forest. Releasing resentment, cleansing, making amends. This is so important. If you can't get in a place to let your light shine, then you need to do some clearing of your own spiritual self and being. Release resentments, cleansing, making amends. Observe the order of the forest. Now, lastly, the radical abundance. We want to know, what do we have to be grateful for? How do we raise our spirits and our vibrations in gratitude? What do we have in abundance that we can celebrate, that we can acknowledge and celebrate? We want to know that. Okay, here we are. These are the cards that want to come out. Positivity. Be positive. Count that as a blessing. Flow. Listen to the rhythm of what's going on and what should be, and flow with it. Wealth. We have a wealth of love. We have a wealth of knowledge. We have a wealth of intuition. We have a wealth of spiritualism. We have many things in our purse other than money. Money may get tight. Money is not wealth. What we have in abundance around us is our wealth. And on the bottom, cheer. Be cheerful. Attempt to raise the spirits, not only of yourself, but of those around you. Have love in your heart for everyone. Do these things and you'll be more able to shoulder the burden that we're about to shoulder, that we're already beginning to have effects from. Don't let it become a burden. And if it's not yours, put it down. If it's not your burden, don't carry it. I love you all. Until next time, beloved, beautiful beings.